Hi, it's been a while. I know. This month has really, the month of September got away from me. I did a lot of things, unusually, an unusual amount of things, I guess. Just projects around the house. Went out of town a couple times, and I just wasn't in the mood to make a video either. And that happens. So I have done a lot of stitching though, I promise. By the way, my name is Angela. This is Angela Loves to Stitch, and this is my FlossTube about cross stitch and some other things, but mostly cross stitch. And now a little bit of crochet, but just a little bit. I'm teaching myself by watching YouTube videos. I have a project that I'll show you. It is nothing special. I'm not gonna it's not gonna be, I wanted to find something that was easy for me to do while I was sitting downstairs watching TV with my husband, that wasn't gonna require a whole lot of concentration. And basically what I'm doing is just repeating a pattern. I mean, I'm not really following a pattern. Well, I kind of memorized it now, and you'll see when I show it to you. But anyway, so I did a lot of stitching and I did a lot of the crocheting, but I made no videos in September until now. So what I'm going to do, and I just realized that I have to print something off in order to show it to you, and I have no idea if I can print it off because it's on my phone, and it's a picture on my phone for the thing that I've been doing during this month of September. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna piece this together and I'm going to go print that off. So I will see you in just a second. Hold on real quick. Okay, I give up. Today has been one of those days where everything technology-wise does not work. First thing was I was doing other things on my phone. Had watched some videos. I was messaging people, just the normal, checking emails, the normal things that you do on your phone. And all of a sudden, it was a few hours ago, I get a message on the phone that says, no SIM card. And I'm like, what? I don't even know what a SIM card is. I was like, that's weird. So I just erased it, whatever. And I was like, okay, maybe I don't know, maybe I hit something. So then I noticed that I was trying to send a text message to someone and it didn't go through. And then I saw that up on the top, where it shows you the bars of your service, that it didn't have any bars showing, and it said SOS. And I tried to send messages to my husband, and none of them, it just kept saying something about iMessage. And then it said, basically, I'm going through all the things, it was telling me I didn't have any cell service. I was so confused. I still am confused. I really am. And so I was able to be on the internet, to get on the internet and not on cell service, but I was really starting to freak out because I was like, what if this is happening to all, what if I didn't pay the bill, which is automatically taken out of my account every month, so it should be fine. But anyway, I was like, both my kids are on my plan, and so is my dad, and so is my mom, and no one can get in touch with me, and I have no way of getting in touch with them. And so I finally just emailed my husband and said, can you please call the boys and see if they have service? And because I was going to feel really bad because they have to, anyway. And then he called me back and said yes. And then I called, and then I said, okay, well, let my mom know that I can't get on my phone. My phone doesn't work. She has no way to call me. I can't call her or anything, text or anything. So in the meantime, I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I was like, so something's wrong with my phone. So thank you, YouTube. I went on YouTube and I searched, my phone says, or anyway, I searched something about this no SIM card. And it told me how to take out the SIM card and check it and then put it back in. And you know, just like sometimes they just kind of get like a little wonky if you like drop your phone, which I have like 2 times in the past 2 days. I can recall doing that, and so I'm thinking maybe it's when I dropped my phone, I like knocked it out of place or something. And so I figured out how to take out my SIM card, which I didn't even know that was a thing. And I put it back in and it started working. And I was like, well, yay me, but I'm just afraid to like touch my phone now. I'm like, what happens if it does it again? Anyway, and now I tried to go on my phone and print out the photo that I took of my AB Singo card, and it's not detecting my printer. I don't know why. It's on Wi-Fi now. They're not communicating. So I can't print it out. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll save my picture onto Dropbox, and then I'll go on to my tablet that I have Pattern Keeper on, and I will just go to Dropbox on there. So I go to do that after saving it to Dropbox, and I have been signed out of Dropbox on this tablet. I've been signed out of it, and I don't know the password or the email. I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is. I did it such a long time ago. And so then I was like, okay, well then I'm gonna get on my iPad and go to Dropbox, get on my iPad, and my iPad is dead. Forget it, y'all are not getting a picture. I'm just gonna tell you what the deal is. I did AB Singo. Basically, it looks like this, but I changed all of mine. So I wanted to get like an updated one, but it has the same, I've only added one extra project that I worked on a whole lot. I have all the projects out. I'll show you what I worked on. I'm not gonna go through each day because that's 25 days of doing stuff. You don't want to watch, you just really don't want to hear about each day, especially if they're multiple days. So I'm going to get my bag of stuff here to show you. Oh, by the way, I don't think I made a video since I got this bag, but I ordered a bag back, I don't know, it was a while ago from Creative Country Girl. I'm gonna zip it up so it looks a little better. And I had the hardest time picking out the way that I wanted my bag to look. I think I've picked like 2 or 3 different fabrics and then changed. Anyway, I was in no hurry. And then Tammy, she broke her arm or did something to her arm, and I think she broke it. And so she couldn't even make the bags for a while. So I waited a while for this bag, but it wasn't all her fault. It was a lot of mine being so indecisive. And I finally got it, and this is what it looks like. So isn't it pretty? I love floral fabric and stuff. So this is the retreat bag that she makes, and I love this fabric. It's a Tula pink fabric. It's it's like lime green. It's bright colors. It's just so me. And then she put some coordinating fabric. I don't know where this is from. I don't know if it's a Tula pink one or something else. And then this one, and the straps are like it's hard to tell, but it's really like they look darker, but it's really like a pink, like a dark hot pink or something that kind of goes with everything. Oh, I love it so much. And on the inside, it's just, oh, well, well, I'll take all the stuff out and show you what it looks like on the inside. It has pockets, you know, on the side, and I love it. So thanks, Tammy, for making it. So yeah, the fabric like on the inside is, it's got some, that's what it looks like. So you got some stripes and some that's like on the outside here. And then, yeah, basically that's it. But inside it's got one big pocket, and it's got lots of little extra pockets on the side, but I love it. I love it. Lots of places to put your things. And there's her card. Creative Country Girl, TammyBlaylock.com. Yep. Do you like it? I do. Okay, so the projects that I've worked on for the whole month of September. It was for AB Singo, which is through the Magazine Monthly Challenge. It's Carolyn Zook, who was the one that went on to the group and called out the letters each day. It was so much fun. I've never done AB Singo or anything really like that, and actually stuck with it, and I did it all. I completed all 25 squares. I got a blackout on this thing. And my goal, because I can make up my own goal, really. Well, I think I can make up my own goal. I mean, I could choose for each letter, I could choose, you know, say for instance, for Q, I chose Scylla Witch's Quaker by Teresa Kogut, because, you know, Quaker starts with Q. And you kind of try to tie in the project with each letter. So, and some of mine were a stretch, and some of them were not. And I can't even tell you what I did for each one, because I don't have my list here. It's on my phone, which I'm filming on now. So I'm sorry, but just know that I did tie everything in. I did tie everything in. So I'm gonna start with the first one here. I'm gonna pull this up just so I can show you a picture, because this is the only one I think that I need to be able to show. Do I have the picture? Did I print that out? I'll just show it to you. It'll look better. When I print things out, obviously my printer doesn't like me, but when I print things out, I'm getting lines in it for some reason. Okay, so this is a beautiful scene from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's called The Mountain Cabin, and the artwork is by Dominic Davison. And so here it is right here. And I'm sorry, I'm sitting in front of a window and you're gonna see the blinds there. You know what, let me try to close them so maybe you don't get as much. Are you getting as much glare? Maybe not as much. Okay, so isn't that beautiful? I love the sky, the sunset. So pretty. So I did work on this, hold on. I did work on that one quite a while. I'm gonna step off here real quick and get it, because I forgot that I have it on my stand here. My goal for each letter was to stitch an hour. I wasn't counting stitches. I didn't want to do that because, especially for this one or some other ones, this one I had a lot of confetti and I knew that it would take me probably longer than an hour to hit 100 stitches. So I just went with the hour instead of 100 stitches. But usually, I could probably stitch 100 or more in an hour. So I just went for the hour. And this is what I've completed, which is just this is a little over 1% now, I believe. And you can tell that's a tree and that's the sky and that's it. And there's a lot of stitches in here. And I worked on this project probably, I think I probably worked on it for like 8 days. I worked on it a lot because I actually took it to the beach when we went to the beach at the beginning of September, and I decided to use that because it's such a big picture. It had a lot of different things that I could tie into letters, and I just wasn't going to take everything to when I went on vacation. And so I was like, I'm just going to take this and like one other thing, and that's what I did. So this is the mountain cabin, and that's all I've done, but I did work on this for many days during this challenge. And the other ones I'm going to show you, I worked probably 2 or 3 days on each of them. So this next one that I worked on a couple times, ooh gosh, I'm spastic here, is Electra by Nora Corbett. And this is where I worked on it a couple days, and this is where I got to. I think I have that turned up right side up. This is fun. It's fun to work on. Haven't started doing any of the beading yet, but excuse me, this is it. Can't wait to put these projects up, but they've been in this bag for a while. Okay, the next project that was called a couple of times during the month was Yvonne Leclerc. I don't even know how you say that, but it's Reflet des Soirs. And it's beautiful, big, massive border. And, oh my. That's where I got to on it. This one has a lot of color changes, and it is slow going because of that. And because I can't it's hard to carry threads on it because of the way, because it's kind of a light fabric, and try not to do that, but I don't know. I need to figure out a way to make it go a little bit faster, and I'm not being able to do that because of the whole carrying of the threads. All right, this one, I may have just worked on this one day. I think I was gonna work on it some other days, but then I decided to do the mountain cabin because of just the situations that I was in, the places I was. But this is the Haunted Mansion by Tiny Modernist. And I worked in the room up here, the only room that's done right now. This is one of my very first projects that I worked on ever. I started this project before I knew anything about cross stitch. Like when I was reading the pattern, I've told this story before. When I was reading a pattern, I would, I think it said use 14 count, fabric design, 14 count or 16 count. And I had no idea what that meant. I had to Google it. I've learned so much over the past few years. I was going back, I found a video of one of the very first videos that I did. I should try to put it in here somewhere. I don't know if I can though. And, oh shoot, this is on the iPad too. Or the tablet, Pattern Keeper, whatever. Anyway, I have a video, I saw the video and it was I only stitch on Aida, and I always will. And I'm just moving up to 16 count. Honestly, that was like 3 years ago. And and I still stitch on Aida, but I also have now learned how to stitch on linen. The highest count that I stitch on linen is 36 count, because my eyes are just not that great, even with magnification. Okay, then one of the this next project, I'm trying to pull up the PDF so you can see the picture. The next project that I worked on for a couple of days is Jane Hopkins 1875. It's pretty. Sorry about the reflection. And this is where I'm on that. It's gonna be really pretty. Oof. Okay. Oh my, there's so many projects and so little time. And I have a good, I can stitch on, things every day, pretty much. But I just love starting things so much. All right, the next project that was on my ABC board, ABCingo board, was the Sillow Witches Quaker by Teresa Kogut. And I actually went back and forth to this one. I started this one and then I stopped it, but I saved it, and I was trying to stitch it on 40 count, but 40 count was too hard, so I went back to this one. This is on 18, I think it's an 18 count. And this is where I'm at. I did the times I stitched. I finished this out, did that pumpkin, a little candle, that star. Started over here. So I think I stitched on this a couple of days during the challenge. I liked that, and my goal was, to begin with, when I first made my little card or whatever, my bingo card, was to stitch on samplers and spooky things. But I added in mountain cabin and then anyway, so that kind of just screwed that up. But I still stitched on samplers and scary things, spooky things, but I also added in the mountain cabin. And let's see, have I gotten everything on here? Electra, I think so. This is the last one that I worked on. Oh, there's one on here that I didn't work on, but I changed it to something else. So I got the letter, I just have changed it to something else because of where I was. The last one I worked on was from Exemplars from the Heart. It's And They Send. It's this massive sampler. And I stitched on this a few days. And I'm so excited because I actually was like, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I finished this side of the cloud. So when I started, I was only like up in here, and I filled in all the stuff minus the bird. I think the bird was already filled in. So I'm getting closer to finishing the massive cloud. Oh, and then I came down here and I stitched, I think I must have stitched this for M, because I stitched part of the moon on this. I did have another sampler, and I think I changed it. So that's I think that's gonna be a moon. So yeah, it's coming along. And those are all the projects that were all my ABCingo. So what the deal was is that since there's 25 letters, it was actually is finished on the 25th, and then you have like 5 days to like make up stuff. Like today I made up one of the things actually, but you know, for the most, I mean, it's done. There's no more recalling of any letters. Yeah, and if you like skipped a day or whatever, you can use the last 5 days of the month to make up those letters, and then we like post whether we got like a blackout, or you could black out, or 12 bingos, which I got both because I think you could say both. And then I don't really know what happens from there. You have until like the 30th, and then I guess they say, yay! I need to read the directions. But it was fun, and I'm most excited just about completing a challenge. I think that was like the biggest reward for me, was just finishing something. And so I'm gonna put these up and probably not work on them for a while. I will work on Mountain Cabin. Did I show you? I know I showed you Mountain Cabin, but did I show you what I was doing on this? I started off doing just like Royal Rows, and then I decided to just start jumping around and do like cross country, I guess. I was working in all the threads, so I have a lot less threads hanging down. Now I'm trying to work in these, and then after I work in these, I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I don't know. This is taking a long time though. I worked on it so much, and I don't feel like I got any, I mean, barely any reward for it. Okay, so my hair is going crazy. Okay, I'll just show you the real quick. I'll show you what I've been doing, the crochet. And this is not perfect at all by any means, but I learned while I was at the beach. I was like, I'm going to learn. I even took it down on the beach, y'all. I'm going to learn how to make a granny square. I was like, I'm determined. Never having cross stitched before, I'm determined to learn how to make a granny square. So I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And the first one I put on Instagram, and it was really bad. But I thought it was good. I thought it was good because it was like it was starting to like make sense to me. And then anyway, so I just still kept practicing and practicing and practicing. And so since then, I kind of learned how to do it. And so this is just I don't know what this is. This is just like a quilt for a little doll, maybe. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. Does anybody want it? I have no idea what I'm gonna do with this, but this is just practice. And and then I made this one. I was just practicing, and I just did a granny square, and I just made it big. And I was using like a self-striping yarn, and this is pretty soft. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that either, but that was practice. And so then I decided, and the reason why I was practicing was because I want to make a big quilt. And I saw the 911 stitcher, Stacy, I believe her name is. She was talking about making a crochet like granny square blanket or Afghan or whatever out of like the one on Big Bang Theory. And so I was like, ooh, I want that. I mean, because I saw a picture of it, and I was like, although I haven't really watched a lot of Big Bang Theory, I knew what she was talking about, because it's also kind of like the one that's on Roseanne, and I don't really like that show either, but I remember that. I remember the Afghan. And so I started making squares like this, and these are, again, not perfect, but I'm using the stuff that I have. I had the black yarn and I had this other yarn that's kind of like color changing. And so these are like 5-inch squares of all like different colors. And I actually put them on, I blocked them out already. So they should begin, I practiced sewing some together. So I made this so far. It's not perfect. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just experimenting. What I need to do is like sew 4 of them together and then block them out and then like sew those 4 like this and then block it out again. Because I haven't really mastered how to sew them together, but I don't care. This is me. I'm not selling this. I'm not selling it, and I'm not giving it away. This is just for me to put on my body. And I just like the colors. I just want to say I can do it. So that's what I've done so far. I haven't added these. And then I've got these on my board here. They're wet because I blocked them out and I sprayed them down and I'm waiting for them to dry. I got those. It's fun, and like I said, it's something that I can do anywhere because all it is my yarn and my crochet hook, and that's it. And it's the same pattern that I've basically memorized now, so I don't need to look at anything. I mean, I don't even know if I'll ever learn how to crochet anything else, but dadgummit, I'm gonna get real good at granny square, promise. Okay, is there anything else that I want to go over? Nope, I don't think so. I think this video is long enough now, so thank you so much for watching and listening to my stories, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you. But hopefully it won't be like that in October. I have some ideas of some things that I want to do in October. One of them, y'all, is this crazy? But what would y'all think if I started a whole bunch of dimensions kits? I mean, I have so many that are unopened. I got another one today. Let me show it to you. This is kind of my haul real quick. It is the dimension. Let me turn this off. The dimensions a treasured time, and that's the stuff in it. And y'all, it was $15 on Amazon. $15 for the whole kit, right? And I think that's a good price when they're usually like $30. So usually when I see because they've had several that I've seen over the past 2 years that I've seen drop down in price to $15 or lower. And when I see them, if I don't have it, I grab them because I feel like that's a good deal. Will I ever do them? I don't know. But I got it in my for my collection. So anyway, I was thinking about starting some things just for the heck of it. What do y'all think? Would you want to see that? A video on that. Anyway, okay, I don't know. I'm thinking out loud now. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all. Have fun stitching.